Hey, Gears, machinamechlord here. I finally received the new ban list for for the April 1st format of 2014. Now, I gotta say I am extremely disappointed in this ban list, but the things that were added to the list kind of really hurt some of my favorite decks, and it really just kind of crushed the main focus of the meta. And now the meta is going to be a little bit more unstable, and it's just kind of going to be a bit more annoying. So now on the forbidden list is Morphing Jar, which was limited, and Morphing Jar number 2 is now on the list as well, which, if I believe Morphing Jar number 2, let's see, yeah, Morphing Jar number 2 now completely gone, so Sylvans, well, no playability for you, Sylvans. Spells and everything else for the ban list is still the same for the forbidden list. Now for the semi-limited list, new in the list you have Coach Soldier Wolfbark. So Fire Fists have just been hurt by dropping Wolfbark down. It didn't really do much else, but they dropped Wolfbark. So the 4-axis builds are going to be a little bit behind, but the 3-axis will still do quite well. I mean, they know that they can't get rid of Bear because otherwise Fire Fist dies completely, which, you know, is rather entertaining to see, but they didn't do that. They just limited Wolfbark to 1. So I mean, really didn't make too big of a difference. It's just, you know, people going Extra Knight and 101 and having constant plays. You know, Fire Fist. Now they kind of lose a lot of those constant plays. So Fire Fist, you know, if you see people playing that, well, you should expect an easier win because, you know, they're not going to have Wolfbark anymore. They're only going to be able to use it once, so they're going to have to use it wisely, and without that, well, they're gone. I mean, Fire Kings now, you know, hit down 2 because Wolfbark, so Fire Kings and Fire Fist, you know, are going to be a bit harder to play now. New to the list is Mermail Abyss Gundi, which she's the one that when she's discarded, you get to summon back more Mermail monsters, so people are just going to be playing more Turge, and just more ways to get her back rather than, you know, playing more of her. So we can still play Mermail, it's just we're going to have to vary our builds if we want to still continue using Gundi to her max effectiveness. New to the list is Rekindling, now limited to 1, so there goes a lot of my favorite decks, because I love playing decks that revolve around Rekindling, because Rekindling makes so many beast-ass plays, but because it's so good, and Fire Kings and Fire Fist had abused Rekindling, well, now I know that I'm not going to be, we're not going to be getting Rekindling in those either, so, I mean, you know, 3-axis is even a little bit down now and doesn't have as much sack power as it did. And then Infernity Barrier down to the limited list, so they'll only have 1, so Infernity's not going to see as much play, and they're not going to be as strong or as effective as they used to be. You know, not as much effects can be stopped with Infernities, so Infernities definitely are going to be not as played anymore. But now for the semi-limited list, Necroface now is at 2, and Heretic Seal Convocation went back down to 2 when they just took it off the list. So I'm a little bit disappointed and a little bit upset about that. But you know, they that's really kind of stupid, you know, because it didn't hurt Chaos Heretic. Well, it didn't hurt Heretics any. It just stopped 1 search. Stopped a slight bit of speed, but we could play other things that will still allow us to have that speed, so it's kind of just like, yeah. And off the list is Magical Stone Excavation and Primal Seed. So I don't really see why you would take Magical Stone Excavation off the list. There's not a lot that it really would be used for, I mean, except Exodia decks, so Exodia is just going to be up there a little bit more. And Primal Seed, you know, there's those crazy attack boost decks or degenerate decks or like something like that, you know, that works with banishment. I mean, Primal Seed they can actually use and take advantage of. But that's the actual new ban list, guys. Leave your thoughts in your comments. in the description, well, in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Any new subs especially helps. It keeps the community going. Not just YouTube, but I'm also a Yu-Gi-Oh player, so it keeps the Yu-Gi-Oh community alive as well, and just keeps it more interactive and stuff like that. So just feel free to subscribe if you'd like to. Not saying you have to, but that would be pretty nice.